You're still watching News Now here on Rise News with me, Rotimi Michael Kelly. And
of course with me, I'm Maka Ode. We're live in Nigeria's capital, Abuja. Well, a 36-year-old Adamu Garba says the country needs a new political order to get it right. He believes he stands the chance of leading Nigeria and has offered himself as a presidential candidate for the elections. Well, Garba was amongst the young people of the Not Too Young to Run movement who held a procession on major roads in Abuja yesterday. The movement visited the headquarters of the ruling All Progressives Congress, the APC, and the main opposition party, People's Democratic Party, PDP, to demand that tickets are reserved for young people with character, capacity, and competence ahead of the 2019 general elections. Well, presidential hopeful Garba Adamu is live in the studio with us tonight. Good to have you here.
Good to have you, Amika.
Good evening.
Thank you.
All right, so let's start with the big question right now.
Yes.
You're actually looking for the presidential ticket under the APC,
yes,
which is the party in power right now.
That's correct.
And the big question is that what makes you think you stand a chance to secure a ticket, knowing fully well that the party leadership, from their body language, are almost supporting President Muhammadu Buhari seeking a second
Yes, I really like the fact that you say, I really like the fact that you say body language. But APC is a party that belongs to Nigerians. Nigerians actually gives APC power where it is today. And APC is governed by a constitution. And going by the 2015 primary election under the APC, you can see it is pretty much freely and fairly conducted. So as a new entrant into the Nigerian politics, I don't think I will need any platform other than the platform that has demonstrated once before, that they are actually purely democratic institution. And that is why I am inside the APC. And I am sure getting in will give me opportunity to be able to actualize the ambition of transforming Nigeria into one of the biggest countries in the world, one of the most greatest countries in the world, and then remove poverty away from our land by redefining the principle of the Nigerian state. Yes, that's actually one of our proposals. So our intention, as you mentioned earlier, was to provide a new order to the system. We were able to discover that Nigeria is actually more of an economically integrated entity than a political unit. So we kept operating it as a political unit other than an economic entity that it was supposed to be, because the founding fathers, when they are leaving, they handed over a huge enterprise in Nigeria to our leaders. Okay. So,
sorry to interject, because from all of these things that you're saying, it sounds kind of brilliant, but your party doesn't seem to believe in young people, because we've not seen much appointments from the presidency to, the young generation. I mean, you're 36. You're 36. And if you look at most of the appointment made by the presidency or the President Muhammadu Buhari administration, I mean, they're well over 50 on the average. I mean, standing in side by side with the president, who maybe body language doesn't seem to believe in young people. I really do not know where you're getting your guts from.
I completely disagree with this assertion that the APC does not support young people. The problem we had in this country was that most young people feel entitled. They don't usually come up to try to aspire for positions. That's exactly most of the people. We don't want to aspire because it's like a sleeping generation. Those are the things we discover. And what we are doing is to reawaken this generation from sleeping. And they have woken. You've seen what happened during the Not Too Young to Run campaign. You've seen how Nigerian youths came together. They are advocating for their right to political participation in the system.
So you got your guts from Not Too Young to Run?
Not really. I started my plans for contesting for the presidency since 2003. All those that knew me knew that I developed so that they knew I developed a plan long time ago that I wanted to be the president in 2019. In fact, I called it Vision 2019 specifically, and that is why I was able to come up with a robust program proposal and manifesto that has never been detailed in the history of Nigerian political dispensation.
All right, interesting. Going through your website, there's so many good policies that you've actually mentioned. You spoke about infrastructure, health, and so many other things. But one thing that caught my attention is something you tagged the separation of concerns, and you said something about deinstitutionalization of a religion from presidency. What exactly do you mean by that?
What I mean is we need to separate religion completely from politics. from history, if you check the evolution of religion and politics together, it has always not been that good thing that we wanted. Because if you check the history of the people that died from 11th century till now on the religious cases relative to politics, there are about 660 million people. This is not a small number. So whenever you have religion coming into politics, it creates a lot of polarization and amplify a fault line that at the end of the day will create a lot of problems that we are experiencing today in the country.
For a country like Nigeria, which is very religious, is that possible?
Absolutely possible. Absolutely possible. You just need will, you need vision, you need to connect the people to actually where you want to go to. They need to understand that the principle of establishment of religion itself is centered around humanity, to advance the human cause. So if what we are practicing in form of religion is actually polarizing us, then there is need for a revisitation of the system. And the only way to revisit it is the political leaders to clearly separate politics completely from religion, so that you can be a Nigerian that is not a Southerner or a Northerner or Easterner or Westerner or Uperner or Downer or a Muslim or a Christian, but a Nigerian. So when we sort this identity crisis, everybody can do his religion. After all, religion is actually a personal affair between you and God. Why will you make policy statement in religion houses? Why will you have to put religion as part of the campaign plans that you are doing and then carrying out missions?
Before we let you go, the president signed Not Too Young to Wrong bill recently, and he said something sarcastically that, well, you guys have to wait for your time. Now, until 2023, if you're contesting against the president, it means that there's something wrong with the president's way of doing things. It means you have a better idea, brighter idea than the president. That's exactly why you're putting before the president.
Exactly. We have a better plan than
the president.
Not really the president himself, but the institution of governing this country from 1999.
You want to contest under the APC.
I am contesting under the APC.
So the president has spent 3 years. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Yes, he did. Absolutely.
So you have a better plan than the president.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Very clearly articulated vision that is going to transit Nigeria away from poverty and transform it to one of the greatest countries in the world. You can check it on my website, adamugarba.org.
Is that an indictment on APC?
I don't think it is an indictment. I think APC is actually a very golden that is attracting brilliant, sharp mind, visionary leaders that are driven by patriotism to make Nigeria one of the best nations like myself.
So I don't think youthful
absolutely Nigerians are ready, because everybody is yearning for change. And why we keep failing in this system is because our model of statecraft that is being operated currently in the system is completely outdated. And we are bringing a new statecraft model that is going to position Nigeria back to productivity, and that's what we are doing.
All right, 36-year-old Adamu Garba, thank you very much for coming.
Thank you.
And all the best with your campaign and eventual presidency.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate this.
All right.
Thank you very much.